Tuesday's House Infra hearing, former DPWH Assistant District Engineer Bryce Hernandez implicating Senators Jinggoy Estrada and Joel Villanueva to the flood control mess. Let's now hear the side of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Senator Estrada, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karen, and good morning to all listeners and televiewers. Good morning.
All right. The allegation of DPWH engineer Hernandez, I'll read it, is that you channeled 355 million worth of projects to Hagonoy and Malolos in 2025, with the DPWH, his boss, saying 30% ang SOP kickback mo. And your point persons were the DPWH drivers, Christian Santiago and Andre Balatbat, under the direction of former District Engineer Alcantara. So, pag-usapan natin yan, Senator.
Those persons, those names that you mentioned, I do not know them. Yung mga drivers. Hindi ko kilala. I don't even know one of them. All right? And I deny vehemently that I received kickback on 30%. I deny that vehemently. Okay. And lahat yung mga sinasabi ng Bryce Hernandez during the House hearing yesterday, wala naman siyang ebidensya. That is that is plain and pure hearsay.
Now, Senator, did you, let's start first with this, in 2025, did you recommend projects in Hagonoy and Malolos worth 355 million? Because the records would bear that.
No, I did not. In fact, those projects that he mentioned are already in the GAA, the General Appropriations Act of 2025. They can see it. It is a public document.
But did you recommend it?
No. I never recommended.
Sa Hagonoy and Malolos?
Yes. No. I never recommended. I never inserted. Walang insertion sa amin.
Kasi nakita nyo naman si Congressman Toby Tiangco, nahanap niya na yung bawat distrito, eto recommended by Zaldico, recommended. Sa Senado ba, paano ba kayo nagre-recommend ng proyekto?
Well, wala kaming nire-recommend. Actually, we can amend. Pwede kaming mag-amend. For example, ako po, I was a vice chairman of the Committee on Finance and I handled the budgets of MTRCB, FDCP, and Human Rights. Ako yung nag-handle ng mga government agencies na yan. So yung FDCP, halimbawa, they needed 10 million pesos para sa, or 20 million pesos para sa archives, para magkaroon sila ng archives ng mga lumang pelikula ng natin. So I recommended to the Finance Committee na dagdagan ng budget ng FDCP. Ganun lang naman yan.
Okay. Now, clearly, you know District Engineer Henry Alcantara, right? You have photos with him.
Yes.
Number one, on your birthday in Soler, was he invited?
First of all, the picture that was shown in public was not on my birthday.
Eto,
he was lying.
Showing now on screen, yung naka-selfie kayong dalawa. Birthday mo ba to, sir?
Saan? Hindi ko nakikita eh.
Okay, all right.
Well, was I wearing a red jacket?
Yes, a red jacket.
Okay, that was not on my birthday because nung birthday ko, my 60th birthday, nakasuit ako. Okay, I remember vividly. I was wearing a suit, not a red jacket.
So, kailan po ito, Senator? Do you remember?
Well, sa dami ng mga events, I cannot recall. Maybe pwedeng victory party ko yan, pwedeng oath-taking ko yan nung when I just won as a senator. But be that as it may,
Senator, why would the DPWH District Engineer?
I invited, alam mo naman tayo mga Pilipino, mahilig tayo sa mga sabit. No? Eh siguro kilala niyo yung mga ibang kaibigan ko, siguro sumabit siya and I don't even know him and gusto magpa-picture sa akin, wala naman akong tinatanggihan pag meron gusto magpa-picture taking sa akin. Alam naman, tanungin ko siya, sino ka? Drug lord ka ba? Gambling lord ka ba? I wouldn't have ask those questions, di ba?
Okay.
Remember, we are public figures. Kahit sino pwede magpakuha ng picture sa atin.
There's another photo that was shown in the in Congress. Nakabarong ka doon, I believe, and Alcantara was beside you. Can we show that photo?
I think I saw that pic. I cannot see it on the
Yeah,
screen.
oo.
I think kasama dyan si Secretary Laguesma.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Because I saw that yesterday. No, I think that was my oath taking wherein I invited some of our cabinet officials.
But once again, the district engineer is there. For somebody you don't know, why would he be in your oath taking or a victory party? You get me?
Yeah.
Why would the level of a district engineer be there and him specifically?
Maybe he was accompanied by the former city engineer of Manila when my father was mayor, si Engineer Robert Bernardo. Maybe Engineer Bernardo tagged him along because I heard that he was the deputy city engineer, the assistant city engineer of the city of Manila when my father was mayor of Manila.
Okay, because Hernandez claims that it is Alcantara who directly coordinates with politicians. So it's Alcantara who, if this bears any weight, will coordinate with you or Joel Villanueva. Parang ganun yun eh. Because he's the boss. Boss Hernandez, si Alcantara.
When asked by certain congressmen yesterday during the hearing, I think si Congressman Adyo or Congressman Joel Chu asked him if indeed it was true that he was talking to politicians, namely myself and Senator Joel Villanueva. District Engineer Alcantara denied it because I never had any dealings with them. My God, maybe alam mo Karen, wag sana nilang ilihis ang issue. Just to save his skin, ang totoong issue rito, ang mga ghost projects, ang korupsyon na nangyayari sa TPWH. Huwag nilang ilihis ang issue. Sana kung magbintang sila sa akin, magbintang sila sa ibang senador o sa mga congressman, they have to show proof or pieces of evidence that would really link us to corruption. You know, Karen, among all of us senators, I'm the most vulnerable because of the past issues that I've had. No, but please, naman, it is unfair for me to connect my past issues today. Alam mo, marami na nga nagwa-warning sa akin. If I continue being an active participant in the Blue Ribbon Committee, I am an easy target. Pero sabi ko naman, I will do my job as a senator. I would want to ferret out the truth during these committee hearings.
Senator, magandang binanggit mo yan. Bakit ka dapat pagkatiwalaan ng tao? At bakit di dapat sila maniwala dito given a little bit of history? Yes, you were charged with plunder with the Napoles case, but you were acquitted with that, but you were convicted of bribery, right? Tama
Yes,
po.
pero acquitted na rin ako sa bribery.
Okay, so acquitted ka na sa bribery. So may punto ka eh. Vulnerable ka sa mga dating issues. Pero bakit dapat kapag katiwala ng tao, sasabihin ng tao, nagawa na yan, nakasuhan na yan ng ganyan nun eh. Ganyan siya talaga. Anong sagot mo doon, Senator?
Well, pinagkatiwalaan niyo ako noong 2025. So I feel vindicated when I won during the last elections at gagawin ko pa rin ang trabaho ko bilang inyong senador. Okay? Kung kinakailangan ko araw-araw mag-attend ng Senate hearing sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, gagawin ko, mag-iimbestiga hanggat malaman natin ang buong katotohanan.
Oo. So, Senator, under Senator Ping Lacson, you will be attending the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Ipapatawag niyo ba ulit si Engineer Hernandez at si Alcantara? All the names mentioned in the House. Kasi ang nangyari, they were in the Senate, walang sinabit na senador. When they were in the House, puro naman senador ang sinabit. It's like like palitan ng alegasyon. You understand? Nung sa Senate, puro congressman ang sinabi. Nung dito naman sa House, puro naman senador na ang sinabi. Will you be calling them back?
Yes, if I were to be followed, because I'm not the chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, I want their presence there. I want to confront Bryce Hernandez eye to eye, and it's up to the public to determine who is telling the truth. And I challenge him, as I said in my press conference yesterday, I challenge him to a lie detector test in public, in order for the public to know who's telling the truth.
Okay, nakita nyo yung ipinakita ni Engineer Hernandez, ni Bryce Hernandez sa lower house, yung pera, the cash that was in the office, no, sa DPWH, yung opisina niya, that supposedly Alcantara, that kumbaga yun ang hinihiwalay-hiwalay nila pambigay. Did you see that photo?
Well, I saw that photo.
Okay, what is your reaction with that photo?
Remember when I asked Sally Santos, the owner of Sims Construction, she delivered 245 million in one day sa office ni Engineer Bryce Hernandez. That could be it. For me, that could be it. So, tinanong ko kay Sally Santos, yung may-ari ng Sims, how many times have you delivered bulk of money kay Bryce Hernandez? Several times daw. Tinanong ko kung umaabot ba ng 1 bilyon sa 3 taon na yon. From 2022 up to 2025, sinabi niya, yes, she answered in the affirmative. So I presume na more than 1 billion ang naidi-deliver na nung Sally Santos sa office ni Bryce Hernandez. And wait, if you heard the privileged speech of Senator Lacson yesterday, regarding his gambling behavior, he goes to the casino, nagpapatalo siya ng 400 million pesos. Imagine, Karen, how can an assistant district engineer, paano siya magpapatalo ng 400 million pesos? And he owns a lot of luxury cars, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and he goes to the office using these luxury cars. Ang kapal talaga ng mukha niyan.
Is there a way to investigate? There are reports that I'm reading from the media that supposedly he has a house in Forbes Park, but under a different company name.
Well, I do not know. I'm not privy to it, but we will have to investigate it if indeed he has a house in Forbes Park. But siguro kayang-kaya niyan kung magpapatalo siya ng 400 plus million sa iba't ibang casino. Alam mo, pwede rin siyang kasuhan ng money laundering. You know why? Pagpupunta daw siya sa casino, okay, magdideposito siya ng 10 million pesos, halimbawa lang 10 million pesos. Pag manalo siya o matalo siya ng konti, i-withdraw niya lahat yun. Okay, i-withdraw niya lahat yun sa kahera sa casino at i-declare niyang winnings. That is money laundering. Okay? Yan ang ginagawa. Kaya na-ban yan sa one of the casino, balita ko sa Resort World. Kaya sinungaling yan nung tinanong ko bakit siya na-ban sa Resort World, sa casino. Sabi niya lagi raw siyang nananalo, and that is not true. Lagi siyang natatalo dun sa Resort World.
Okay, now we don't have enough time. I want to move the topic a bit because clearly there'll be another Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. Anong petsa po yun? September?
I do not know. I do not know. Kasi, Karen, wala pa kaming reorganization na nangyayari. So right now, it is still, as we speak, it is still si Senator Marcoleta, who is still the head of the Blue Ribbon Committee. Maybe this afternoon magkakaroon na tayo ng reorganization. Baka si Senate President Pro Temp Ping Lacson na ang papalit bilang head ng Blue Ribbon Committee.
Okay, ang tanong ko, you were at the hearing that morning. Did you know did you have an inkling that there was a mounting coup against Senate President Cheese Escudero? Because I was watching the hearing, and at one point, nawala ka sa hearing. Right? So you
Yeah.
have netizens asking, nasa na si Senator Jinggoy? Nasa na siya? What happened behind the scenes? Why did you leave the hearing?
No, when
Nangyari doon?
the
Ano
reason
nangyari?
why no the reason why I stood up is because I couldn't stand the joke of Senator Marcoleta.
Nainis ka sa kanya.
Oh,
Okay.
medyo nainis lang.
Oo.
Nag-cool off lang ako. Tsaka naman,
Okay.
hindi naman ako nag-walk out. Bumalik naman ako sa hearing.
Oo, yung pala yun. Akala ng ilan, you were handling the Senate coup backstage.
No,
Okay,
no, no,
ito
no.
quickly, now that it can be told, did you know it was happening?
No. No, no, no. No, I never knew that it was happening. I only knew I only knew nung umalis din ako when I
Stood
went
up.
to the Senate lounge. When I called Senate President Escudero. So what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? And sabi ni Senate President Cheese sa akin, they already have the numbers. So it came to me as a big surprise. Sabi ko lang sa sarili ko, it happens. I've been a witness to a lot of leadership changes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we cannot do anything about it anymore.
Oo. And you all stayed with a minority, right?
Yes.
Now,
Siyam kami.
Siyam kayo. Oo.
I think this is, for me, sa tagal ko dyan sa Senate, I think this is the biggest number for the
I was
minority.
curious. Oo.
Nine,
Yeah. 9.
Yeah, so...
So does that put Senate President Tito Soto's leadership medyo in a fragile position because the minority is 9?
No, well, remember Senator Pia is there with the
Majority.
majority, no? It's marami pa rin mga, well, I cannot say this, but marami pa rin mga vulnerable dyan na pwedeng, alam mo, it's very shaky. It's very shaky. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
But ako, with all due respect, let's give Senate President Tito Soto the chance to lead the Senate because he's been there. He has been Senate President for a while when I was not yet a when I was not a senator, and I think he's a veteran lawmaker. He knows what to do in the Senate.
All right. My last question is, why do you think did this happen to Senate President Cheese Escudero? Looking back, why do you think? What were the factors?
Karen, honestly, I do not know.
Okay.
I do not know what to answer you.
Oo.
As long ako, ang paniwala namin, as long as you have 13 or more numbers, that's it.
Okay. On that note, anything you want to add, Senator Estrada, before we go, considering these allegations essentially hit on your reputation,
Yeah.
right?
As I told you earlier, Karen, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain my side. As what I've said a while ago, I'm the most vulnerable senator when it comes to the issue of corruption because of my past issues. It is unfair for me to recall my past right now. I'm doing my job as a senator, and I will always fulfill my duties as your senator.